Lovely morning, just waiting for the sun to come up now. Coming up just over there somewhere. It's actually nice and calm. Had some real big winds this session, and last night it was blowing really strong. All the alarms were going, but it's calmed down sometime during the night, and there's fish been showing. No action during the night, but it looks really good now. Lovely and calm out there, and little fish showing. But during the dark hours there's some good fish showing, more to our right, but some around where the baits are. So these are really good conditions now for rainbow. So hopefully might be a bit of action soon. Lovely. Got a really nice surprise anyway. It's only first day in the swim. Just come to evening. I had one first thing this morning. Didn't weigh it. It was a low 20 common, and nothing the rest of the day. Just getting very sort of quiet, you know, for the evening. Wasn't really expecting a bite, and off it's gone out the blue. And cracking fish, bright orange tail, 57.5 pound common. So well chuffed with that. First day, got plenty of time yet. Down for the week. It's 6 days fishing, and hopefully a few more of these out there. And on the instant action, the coconut one, I thought I'd try it because Rory used coconut and he caught the first night he used it, and first day I've used it I've had 2, including this one. So it says, as it says on the bag, as they say, that's what it does, instant action. But well chuffed with this, lovely fish, great way to get off the mark. Right, it's not the best of conditions, but I don't think it's going to improve, so I'll take a chance to show you the spots I'm fishing. Got them all in open water now, all on the bottom rigs. There's the first one there, that's in the main channel going through to swim 11. It's all different channels and bits and pieces, but that's the main one, and that produced the first take of the week. If I swing round, a bit difficult to pick up where some of these are. It's right in the middle there actually, the bottle. Last couple of bites have come off that one. It's not a spot I fished before, but I found it's just off the little plateau off the end of one of the islands in about 10 foot, and like I say, a couple of bites on that one, so not so bad. And then we come to the closest in of the 4 rods, of the 4 bottles, and that's the only rod that hasn't produced this time, but it's been a good spot in the past. I've had quite a few fish, and big ones as well, off that spot, and it's only literally about 40 yards in front of the swim. A lot of people come in here and fish long distances because there is areas to fish at range, and overlook the closer range spots, but that's been a good one, but not this time, not so far anyway. And then again, if I can find it, it's just out there. There's my pole and the bottle, yeah, just behind that moor end going across. And that produced the big one. That's right sort of in the middle of the back bay. That bay you can only fish from the island, so it's a nice area. It's the longest rod, like I say, it produced the biggest one, the 57.5 common, came from that rod. And so far that's the only bite on that rod, but it's been one of those weeks. There's not been a lot of fish out anywhere around the lake, and I've just been pleased to get the action that I have had. I'll pan back, sort of gives you a bit more of an idea of the range of that rod. And there we go, that's all the 4 rods. They're all in open water on the bars now, all on the bottle rigs. Quite a really stormy morning. They forecast we was going to get some really strong winds, and they've come. Fishing the open water is virtually impossible now. Well, job and a half, the wind blew me through one of the other lines, so I wiped that out. Right, I'm just going to run through the bottle rig that I was showing you and how it works, what I'm doing with it. Basically it's quite a simple method to use really. It's sort of based around old style float fishing methods, just on a bigger scale. Now this is the rod that I'm mainly using for up and down these small gullies if I am fishing in the bays and gullies, and it's this scope 9-foot 4.5 pounder, and it's ideal, being shorter than most other rods, it's ideal for getting in and around trees, and also for in the boat. It's perfect for in the boat. So that's my rod, and the rig is fairly basic. It's heavy lead. I always use a heavy lead with a float because it's not only for hooking the fish, and you know it takes a bit of holding steady when you're using quite a big float, which I'll show you in a sec. But it's an 8-ounce tractor lead, normal sort of about 12-inch hook length, size 4 fang uni, and a little snowman hook bait there. And the baits this time are the instant action. I've been using the coconut and the orange instant action baits, and I've had fish on both of them now. The ones I've been using on this rod are the orange ones with, well, Tangerine Dream they're called, with a little monster squid pop-up just to balance the bait. So a nice little snowman rig there. And the important thing is this bit really, the float. Now that's attached with a back lead clip, so if I need to I can just take it straight off the line like that. So it's just literally tied through the middle. I think these are intended as catfish floats, but they're ideal for this. So that just pops on the line like that, and I've got a bead stopping it about 3 foot from the rig. Only reason is it just keeps everything away from the rig, stops it tangling. And I've got another bead the other side there which is free running, and then that runs up to a stop knot. I've got a power gun stop knot which is set just over depth. In this case I'm fishing 7.5 foot of water, so I've got the backstop set at about 8.5 foot, so it's just a little bit over depth. And as the lead drops down to the bottom, the float rises up and stops at that top stop, and then when I get back to the bank, as I tighten everything up, it cocks the float so it's sitting up. I've got a little bit of reflective tape around the top of it so I can see it at night as well, which is actually very important. As soon as I put a torch on at night, it catches that straight away, so I know exactly where the float is, where the fish is. And it's been working very well. I've fished that rod so far. I've fished it for 2 days and I've had 2 fish on that, and it's, you know, it's a great little method. It's very good for fishing over the bars. I'm using the same method in the open water there. In this case it's the one in the bay, but it's a very effective method. And a lot of people say about, particularly I'm using sort of heavier lines than normal, you know, about the line going straight down from the float to the rig, which is exactly what I do. I don't do anything different there, it's going directly down to the lead. All I can say is it don't make any difference at all. The fish don't worry about that at all, just as they would, you know, if you was float fishing for roach or perch or whatever it is. That line's always going straight down if you're float fishing, and it doesn't bother the fish at all. It's working just as well, but in actual fact it's working better because the line is kept away from any obstacles on the bottom. So, you know, it's quite a basic method, and it looks maybe a little bit crude, but it does the job, and it's a very effective method. There we go, he left it late, Friday morning, got one at last. A nice mirror, just over, was it just over 40 pound?
Yeah, just sort of 14,
18.2 kilos. Yeah, lovely fish, isn't it?
Do me.
Yeah. And the old coconut cream boilie as well, so that was nice.
Yeah, strange that. I had my old pro lines with me, my faithful boilies, but didn't produce anything on any of my rods. And then Steve was having them on the old coconut, so I thought I'm going to try one of them, and here we are, straight away a result. Thank you very much, Steve.
Yeah, there we go. Nice fish anyway.
Yeah, cheers.
Hopefully another one before the end of the trip.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Good stuff, mate.
Cheers, mate.